I missed you guys. You guys don't understand how much I have missed you guys. Today I just want to get ready, talk to you guys, and basically catch you up on what I have been up to. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. This is my app right here. Right here. I'm gonna make sure to put it right here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me because the volume in my camera is not the best. So I'm gonna make sure I don't use any background music. So things got slightly overwhelming, which meant that I was like slightly losing my mind. It was a lot to keep up with. I had work, you know, I wanted to have a social life. I wanted to make sure I was on top of everything. It was like a really busy season. And then I made the decision to stop creating YouTube videos because I felt like the videos that I didn't wet my beauty blender. I'm gonna be right back. So yeah, I was explaining to you guys that when it comes, oh my god, I got foundation in my curls. No, sweetie, what is you doing? Basically, when it comes to like YouTube, I was creating these videos for you guys and I was posting them 3 times a week, and they were mainly videos of me just at home doing my like everyday routine, tackling things that come my way. From time to time we'll go to events, but mostly it was just like me at home, just like, you know, doing my everyday regular things, and I was happy with that, you know. It was nice, it was consistent. And then for a few weeks all I did was photo shoots, and then it would be like photo shoots, working on client stuff, working on collaborations with brands and all of that. Speaking of photo shoots, I have one today, which is why I am doing my makeup, and I'm also going to film an IGTV video, so I'm going to need my foundation to be a little bit more full coverage. My life was like a bit hectic. It was all over the place. I felt very lost, and I was eating a lot of junk food. I was not doing the things that I would do on a daily basis, but I did get a lot of work done, and I did make a lot of connections when it came to like networking. I met a lot of people. I caught up with a lot of people I knew. Like the outcome was really, really good, but it came at the price of my work, like creating the content, which is basically me sitting at home making videos, creating content for you guys. Like, but I was getting content for like Instagram, and when I would film my life, like as in like going to events, doing things, going to photo shoots, I didn't really like the content as much as I did when I was just like filming my daily life. I don't know how to explain it, but it didn't feel the same. I was a bit exhausted too and tired, and that reflected in my videos, and I didn't like that because anytime I'm tired and exhausted I come across really bitchy, even though I was like accomplishing a lot and working on a lot, which is really good. Like, I'll never be upset about that, but I just felt like I was losing a part of me the longer that I went on with that newfound life, and I didn't like it. I didn't like that part about it, and I decided to slowly start getting back to what I really like, which is basically being at home more, creating more, working more, like more behind the scenes stuff rather than meeting people, going to events, doing shoots, stuff like that. So this weekend I spent the weekend, like the entire weekend at home, cleaned up, organized my space, like decluttered and cleaned my space, donated a lot of stuff, like a lot of clothes and shoes and products, and like organized the rest, and that kind of gave me a big peace of mind. Mentally I feel a lot more organized, and now I have like peace of mind, at least knowing where everything is, how everything is gonna go. My calendar is more organized. and I am dedicating time to create again, whether it is content like pictures, videos, like IGTV content, stories, all of that. I felt like I needed that time off to figure that part out. I like having chunks of time that I can like dedicate to my work, to my passion, to what I love doing, because if I don't, I'm gonna feel extremely lost, which is what happened in the past few months. I realized that I'm a routine kind of person, and as much as I love being spontaneous and doing things spur of the moment and just like jumping on opportunities and all of that, I don't think I can survive with that. I feel like if I had like crazy couple of days, that's fine, but if it's like a whole 2 months of me just like jumping on things and doing whatever comes my way, and like that's gonna get me like deep in my feelings, and it's just gonna like ruin everything that I like worked so hard for. I do love my routine, but I'm also very passionate about what I do, and I feel like I need to find that middle ground of getting the work done and having my life on track and in order, and also jumping on opportunities and doing things as they come my way. I basically stopped working full-time and I started working for myself. I noticed that I was on my own a lot, and I wasn't seeing my friends, and our schedules were like a bit off. So I started doing more social stuff and meeting new people, making new friendships. Growing up, having friendships has always been easy. I've always been like that person that like kind of like gets along with everyone and is friends with everyone. But I feel like the older that I get and the more self-aware I am of who I am and what I like and what I don't like, and I feel like my opinions are changing about a lot of things, and I am growing up as a person. I noticed recently that I don't really get along with a lot of people, like maybe initially. Once I get to know someone on a deeper level, it's kind of like I expect my friends to have certain qualities about them or certain things about them. Like for example, I hate when people gossip, and I hate when people just say negative things about other people, not in a way where it's like somebody's like ranting about someone or something that happened to them, but more like, oh, let's just sit together and like discuss this person. That's not me. And I also hate people who like want to just like shit on things, because there are people who do that and they might not notice that they're doing that, but you kind of like pick up a pattern. Or people who just like want to just like not roast you, but like kind of like make fun of everything that you do, and it's funny sometimes, but it's like that's not the kind of energy that I want to surround myself with on a daily basis. Or people who just have like problems with men. Like I met some girls who are like a bit anti-men, and it freaks me out, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, that's like reverse sexism. You shouldn't do that. Like men shouldn't hate women, women shouldn't hate men. Like, so it's like things like that I started to like notice about people that I would like become friends with or like spend a lot of time with, and I wouldn't like it. So and it would get to me because I'm like, hey, like I really want to be your friend, I think you're an awesome person, but then there are all these like little things that I can't stand about you, that I think are toxic. And I'm not saying that everyone needs to be perfect if they're gonna be my friend. Like I have my own shortcomings too, but there are things that I can like let slide. I'm a positive person, and I will make sure that I protect my positive bubble, because I already have a lot of insecurities and I already have a lot of doubt, and I have a lot of social anxiety. So the last thing I need is someone with additional doubts and additional negativity to come into my life and add to that pressure. I feel like I'm not stable enough, and this is a lot me admitting this. Like, I'm not stable enough to take on anyone's, you know, like toxic traits. I feel like I used to be stronger, and I used to be able to like handle people with like negativity and like all of that. Like, I used to just know how to like shut it down. But I'm not gonna lie, like recently I feel like with all the work pressure and me being on my own and working on my own and having myself to rely on, a lot of the time I genuinely feel like I am not the strongest person, and that's okay, you know what I mean? I'm working on it, but because I'm working on myself, the last thing I need is someone with like negativity and toxic traits. Like, I don't need that. I'm trying to get rid of mine, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a stronger person for the life that I want, and I really don't have the energy to take on your shit. I think you should go work on your shit and let me work on my shit, and then when we're better humans in the future, we can revisit the friendship. Like, I don't believe in like canceled culture or like canceling people. Like, that's not my MO, but I will distance myself to make sure that I'm taking care of number one, which is me. And then in the future, we can still be cool, we can still hang out, we can still see each other, but not in the way that we used to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have to like protect myself and make sure I'm good. So you're only gonna get limited access to me, and it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the fact that I'm trying to better myself, if that makes any sense. Relationships and friendships are very complicated, you guys. Like, all my life I felt like I kind of like took them, I wouldn't say for granted. I never take my friendships for granted, but I kind of like, it came easy to me, and I didn't see a lot of people for what they are, just because I wasn't as self-aware as I am right now. And I don't know if being self-aware is like a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, but it comes with like consequences, because you're kind of like, you are learning to be the person that you are, and you're developing a lot of your own opinions, and then there are certain things that you're not going to be okay with, you know what I mean? And you're going to be like vocal about them, or you're going to want to like take an action. Like, whereas before I would kind of like overlook things and turn a blind eye on them, nowadays I feel like if I can defend a situation or speak up about it, or disagree with someone or tell someone off, I am going to do that. And I feel like a lot of people are extremely uncomfortable with that level of honesty, and to be frank and honest with you, that is not my problem. Wow, that was dramatic. That is not my problem, and everyone should be able to like express their opinions however they feel is appropriate, and we can have a discussion about it or not, you know what I mean? But I just have a problem with people just like dismissing other people, or like judging them, and then just like wanting to close the door and not hear what they have to say. Like, no, it's a two-way street, you know what I mean? And if you're gonna have an opinion on someone, you need to sit down and listen to other people's opinions as well, whether they agree with you or they disagree with you. And I'm also learning to like listen to other people as they express themselves or their opinions or where they're coming from, because that's something that I didn't used to do. I used to be like, no, this is the right way and that's it. Not knowing that the way I was brought up, the environment I was in, all of that affects the way I think and the way that I express myself and the opinions that I have. So I feel like the older that I get, the more I'm like open to like listening to people and not judging them. And even if their opinion is like different to mine, I just either will listen to it and take it on and like think about it, or I will just be like, okay, that's their opinion, and just let it go rather than disagreeing with them, which is what I used to do. Okay, I think the base is done. Let's bring this hair down. Another thing I'm trying to do is get used to like my natural self, like me, my natural state, as in like no makeup, no contacts, hair natural. It's not easy. It's really not easy, because like I feel like the person that you see every single morning, like who you are, you kind of get used to your look, like what you look like as a person. You start to like forget that you're a magical being and that you're unique and different, and I've been struggling with that a lot. The thing is that like I know I'm different. I know I look different than a lot of people. Like I know that. I'm not blind to the fact that I look different and I am different and I think different, I dress different. The things that I am attracted to are not things that everyone is attracted to. And because I am like that, sometimes I think that people don't want to see that. That's what I think, which is like not true. I think that if you're an interesting being, if you're unique, if you're different, then that's an interesting thing. Like you're not like everyone else. Ooh. Like it should be like, oh wow, this person is different. I'm actually intrigued and interested to hear what makes them different, you know what I mean? And like it becomes like an exchange of opinions, because that's the type of people I like to have conversations with. I love to talk to people who are different, who have different opinions, different experiences than me. So I'm like, why do I have to be or try to make myself similar to the group that I'm hanging out with? Why can't I just be confident in how different I am and just embrace that and just talk about the things that make me me, rather than trying to find things that they can relate to, that I can like use to like make conversation. I think part of it is because like I like to make people feel comfortable, and because like if I'm having a conversation with someone, I would want them to make me feel comfortable, so I try to make them feel comfortable and then compromise who I am as a person. So that's another thing like I'm trying to like change about myself, and like only spending time alone and by myself, or like only with people that I love and care about. Spending time with people that love you and you love and really know you makes you realize how special and precious you are as a person. And the more you believe that, the more confident you'll become interacting with new people, because you have like your support system, you have your base, you have your foundation, so you feel a sense of security. And then when you're around other people, you have that security, so you don't go into conversation with expectations and like fear of people not liking you, because you know you're loved, you know you're liked. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's like right now I feel like my foundation and my base is not as strong. The relationships that I used to have with my friends and family and people who I care about hasn't been the same, because I have been alienating myself because I've been working and focusing on work. Okay, so my camera died, I had to charge it. Also the caffeine kicked in, so if I'm a bit like more upbeat, that's the reason. Oh, I love coffee. It's 9 a.m. right now, right? 9:30. It's 9:30 right now, so I'm just gonna finish this look so we can all go home. So we can all carry on with our day. I really love watching videos like this when I'm getting ready, because it kind of like, it's cute. It's kind of like a getting ready party, just like sitting in front of the computer, doing your face, watching other YouTubers do their makeup. Who do you guys love watching get ready with me? Like, who's your go-to person? I love Kim Johansson. She's amazing. Oh my god. I told you guys I have a photo shoot today, and I kind of want to look, you know, presentable, but not overly made up. We're shooting dresses. I'm helping my friend out. He needs content for his new job, and it doesn't hurt that his new job is working at a fashion house. I love working with my friends, and just it takes the pressure out of it, and then you're just like just creating content, having fun, and obviously like helping your friend out, because as a content creator I know how hard it is. And as much as I love getting help from other creatives to make sure my work is popping, I love helping other creators with work that they need to create, you know what I mean? It's like a both-way street. Like, I really hate when people kind of like expect support from people, or like from their friend group or whatever, but then they don't give that support back. And like, don't get me wrong, some of them don't realize that they're not supportive, or they're not there for their friends. Like, they're very much about themselves and about their come up, that they forget that other people also need help with things. And this year is all about, like, I have been very much about reciprocating people's energy and reciprocating people's not love languages, but kind of like, if I notice that you're the type of person that shows love in this type of way, I'm not gonna expect from you to show me love in this type of way. Like, everyone shows love and support in different ways, and just because you want to get this type of support does not mean that that's the type that you're going to get from people. So you just kind of have to like keep an open mind when it comes to people. So with me, it's like, if I see someone who's always like supporting me, has my back, and is present for me however way that they think is the right way to be present for me, then I will be present for them the way I like to be present for people, if that makes any sense. Like, you can only support people, be there for them the way that you think is appropriate. You can't read their mind and be like, this is how they love support, unless you really get to know them. Then you're like more conscious of like how supportive you can be to that person. So I'm just like learning how to be there for people, but also like doing the right thing, which is what I think is right, but not expecting that from people. But if I get it, then that's really cool, and I would really appreciate that. And also like letting people know when they do something that you appreciate. Like, I'm constantly letting people know, like, if they do something for me that I really love and I really appreciate, I will let them know, so they know that that's what I like receiving. I feel like all my life, like, I've kind of struggled with like not speaking up, but just like being 100% myself. Keep hitting this table, and that low-key has put me in a lot of positions where I would, I don't know, maybe make other people happy and other people comfortable, but then I would not be comfortable with myself. With that said, like, please keep in mind that you don't have to share your opinion or speak up about everything, you know what I mean? If you don't want to waste your breath on certain conversations, you really don't have to. You can just keep it pushing. But I'm just talking about like when a group of people kind of like get together and they're just sharing their different opinions, and sometimes I notice that I might not agree with that opinion, but because like the majority of people are agreeing to this thing, I tend to kind of like my positive side is kind of like, well, try to understand it from their point of view, but then I'll go back home and be like, well, actually no, I didn't agree with that and I should have spoke my mind. So it's not the easiest thing for someone to like speak up or like express themselves. It's like really not the easiest thing. It's okay if you like struggle with it sometimes, because I know I do. Like, you guys know, I'm an introvert. I spend most of my time by myself and alone, so it's hard to like be in a big group of people and kind of like speak up sometimes. So yeah, this is it. This is my chatty get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know and I'll create more videos like this. Maybe like once every other month or once a month, or you let me know how often you would see content like this. Just because like I have so much to say, and I feel like I'm growing as a person and I'm changing as a person and I'm learning a lot and I'm developing who I am. I'm gaining so much self-awareness that I just constantly want to share that with you. In the past, like I used to create a lot of videos where I would hide behind humor. I would hide behind, you know, being like loud and funny and crazy, but then in reality I would not feel that way. I would just like cover it up with humor or sarcasm or jokes, and it's like the older I get, the more I'm kind of like more raw, more me. What you see is what you get, and just fuck the rest. At the end of the day, I have to live with who I am as a person, and if I can like take these toxic habits and basically work on them and improve who I am as a person, then that's what I'm gonna do. If people don't like it, then they don't like it, and I will find my people. I will find the group of people that actually agree with me, that fuck with me, and when that happens, it's gonna be me. Like this is gonna be 100% me, that they love, that they fuck with, that they vibe with, not some version of myself that I'm putting out there for people to like and see. So if you guys feel like I have been changing a lot, if you guys feel like I'm not the same as I used to be, if you're watching this video, whether you personally know me, you used to know me, or you know me, you're getting to know me right now, I hope this explains why I'm changing as a person. It's because I wasn't 100% myself, and the older that I get, the more comfortable I am with myself, the more I'm forcing myself to be myself and to be comfortable and happy with it and put it out there. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video, which is gonna be a vlog. I'm gonna go back to vlogging. They're gonna be like the chill, cool, laid back vlogs that I love filming, and I'm also creating content and videos on my Instagram. I'm posting IGTV videos of like different fashion and beauty related things, so make sure you follow my Instagram. Again, I'm gonna leave it right here, and yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye. The bigger the better.